Thanks for meeting me here. Our hidden someone.
That's my wife, punk!
It all begins a few weeks ago. Todd along with his friend Paul was driving back from a party. On the way back, they come across Vicky, a hot and attractive girl whose car had broken down. They help her up. Paul was taken aback by her beauty on the way and kept his gaze fixed on her. But she kept ignoring him. Todd was worried about the upcoming math exam, and discussed this with Jake. Hearing the conversation, Vicky mentions, she is also a math graduate. And love maths. Todd shares about the bad performances in maths. After having a good night with the boys, she was about to leave. But Todd wants to meet her again. We can see, he is also attracted to her. He thinks of hiring Vicky as a math tutor. As he discusses this Vicky shares she will think about it. The next day, unexpected things happen. Vicky rings Todd's house doorbell. Jack, Todd's father, opens the door. He is astounded to see such a lovely lady on his door. He starts flirting with her, by saying whatever she's selling, he buys. She introduced herself as Todd's new tutor. Jack started doubting both. He thinks, they will party with the tutoring money. So, he takes a small test of Vicky's knowledge of math, which she passes. After that, Todd's parents leave them alone to study. Come on, man. We all know what is going to happen next. Time passes, and what we think didn't happen, they actually study math. After done with study, she asks for something to drink, and it will be awesome if it is scotch. He walks over to get some. She begins to stretch her muscle. Todd returns and sees her on the table. His heart begins to race. Seeing him uncomfortable, Vicky tries to leave. But he stopped her, and gives scotch. Now Vicky feels uncomfortable. So, she left quickly. The following day, studying with Vicky do its magic, and Todd did well in his exams the next day. He immediately wants to tell Vicky about it. So, he calls her to tell her about it and invites her to come over again for the next session. He is happy now. His parents are also proud of him. Evening arrives, and so does Vicky. Now both begin to enjoy each other company. Todd also shows interest in maths like never before. Everyone wants that kind of math teacher. After the session, they went to diner, where they meet Paul and Todd's girlfriend, Kristen. Seeing Todd with Vicky, Kristen got upset, and immediately leaves them. Todd got depressed again. He begins to think about Kristen, and worry about her. Now, Todd is doing well in math and getting good grades day by day. Mr. Muller, his math teacher, is pleased with his progress. His parents are overjoyed. All credit goes to his sweet and sexy tutor, Vicky. A few days later, Todd calls again Vicky for the next session. This time, she says to come over to her place. She was also excited to show him her artwork. As he arrives, he was stunned by her artwork. Todd loves it and starts praising her. After talking a bit about grades and art, Vicky gives him a present, which she was working on for the whole day. He gladly accepts that, and suddenly in excitement, he kisses her. Yes, he kisses her teacher, like she is his girlfriend. Vicky was stunned. But after an awkward pause, he starts kissing her again, and she goes with him and does some tongue massage. But soon, Vicky stops. She thinks of her husband and got away from him. After finishing the session, they again start enjoying each other's company. Suddenly things got heated. And time comes, we all are waiting for. Mood changes and they both are on fire. Now they both start tasting each other's lips. Things start getting wild. All their muscles stretched, and clapping sound starts coming. Let's not dive too much, otherwise, YouTube will not think twice to remove this video. After doing some good stuff, he goes to Paul's house to tell him about everything. But he doesn't know that her girlfriend Kristen is also behind the door. He shares everything, all the good stuff he did with Vicky. Kristen hears everything and is saddened by it. As he left, Kristen is crying, and Paul gives her his shoulder to cry on. We all know what happens next. Everyone at school knows that Todd clapped his math tutor Vicky. Todd thinks Paul spread this in the school. After confronting Paul, believing he is a traitor, Paul told him about Kristen being behind the door while he was sharing his fantasy. He became aware of what he had done. Suddenly, Mr. Muller appears and instructs them to inspect his car while he is inside the school finishing some work. They both go outside and are surprised to see Vicky's car there. They consider what Vicky is doing here. But the tables are turned when Muller appears and drives the car away. They were taken aback because Vicky is Mr. Muller's wife. Todd realized what he had done, and he had really screwed up. Mr. Muller was about to give Todd the letter of recommendation for admission to Harvard University. However, this dream appears to be fading. As Todd comes to his senses, he goes to Vicky's house to confront her about everything. There, he realizes his mistake of making love with Vicky. He seems upset now. He is about to lose both Vicky and the recommendation letter. Both are important to him. In an upset mood, Vicky comforts him, but he got too much comfort and starts kissing her. Come on, man, after realizing who she is. Are you still doing it? But, man will be a man. Things got wild again, and just as they were about to begin clapping, Muller unexpectedly returns home and summons Vicky. They both got shocked, and don't know what to do next. That was unexpected for them. Muller opens the door and sees Vicky doing some artwork. Todd was behind the sofa and tries to move towards the gate, but fails, so, there is no other option than waiting for Muller to leave. As Muller left, Todd escapes successfully. The following day, the teacher confronts Todd about the recommendation letter, as well as the book he left at his house. He is skeptical of Todd, but Todd mentions he was taking tuition from Vicky. Muller asks him directly, without any hesitation, "Did you sleep with her?" Now, in this condition, if you were there, what you will do, of course, you will say no. But, our boy, following honesty is the best policy. So, he admitted it. Muller appears to be angry with him, but first, he returns home and confronts Vicky about the relationship. Todd also makes it there. Vicky realized the condition after seeing both of their faces. Instead of Vicky, he confronts Todd again and said, "You are a mastermind. First, you scored well in class, then you scored well with my wife. Overall, you scored well." In anger, he punches Todd and walks outside in rage. Vicky assists Todd in regaining his senses. She shares that she is moving to New York for a new career, and Muller and she filed for divorce. Todd felt sorry for her. But suddenly, he remembers the interview. So, he bids Vicky farewell with a kiss. And rushes to the interview. In the interview, he didn't make it. Outside, in a depressed mood, he fixed his mind to pursue his dreams in art, so he decided to go to an art school. At home, his parents didn't seem happy after hearing everything. However, in the end, they encourage him to pursue his dreams, and that's what makes our boy happy. In the end, he also meets with Kristen, apologizes, and asks her to be his friend forever. Seriously, who asks a girl to be a friend? I think he must have to start following Andrew Tate. And the movie ends here. If you are here, you follow videos so far, you like the content we made with love. So, don't go without giving a like and subscribing to this channel. It means a lot to us. I'll be with you in the next awesome movie explanation.